Hello and welcome. This is part 2 of a series of videos with Silobuster and OpenReferral's data manipulation library. Today we're going to be working with logs. In our previous video, we ran a job and we got a job ID. So we ran the exact match lat and long, or exact lat and long function here by calling the mutate method on our connector, and we got this job ID here. So we take that job ID and the step name, which is going to be our function, we can get the log by calling the get method here. So let me comment out this real quick, and we're going to retrieve that log. And so I printed out our logger, and this is going to return some basic information on our connection. And there's our data. I went ahead and dumped it into JSON format. But we really want to look at this data and view it. And so what we can do is a couple of things. First of all, we can retrieve our log using two methods. We can use the job ID and the step name, or we can use the ID of the log. Since we're running a job and we don't know the ID of the log, we passed it the job ID and the step name. Now, we want to be able to export this to Excel, and we can do that by using the Create Excel method. So at the bottom, we're going to go ahead and uncomment that out. We're going to comment this out to see that. And the Create Excel method is going to return a Boolean indicating whether that method ran successfully or not. So we get true. And now we can hop on over to our file system and we can retrieve that log. Give me just a moment, and we're going to pull up our file system and take a look at that log, that Excel document. Okay, so we have our folder opened up, and our log is going to be prefixed with log report, the job ID, and then the step name. So open up in our Excel document. We're going to see a couple of things. First of all, we will notice that we're going to have all of the data frames. Give me just a moment. I'm going to pull that up. So sheet 1 is results, sheet 2 is our duplicates, and then sheet 3 is our original data. So expanding these columns out, we can see our data, and in our duplicates, we'll notice that we have the source data as well as the original data that it matched to here. So this duplicate would have been removed. And now let's look at the code for just a moment, and I'm going to show you how this worker function actually works. So that particular function is found in workers, algo, and exact identifier. So each worker function is going to have a required argument of DL for data frame, or just one required argument, and it's going to accept the data frame. And then we can do whatever we need to this data frame. But our return is expected to have, our return is a hash or a dictionary of key value pairs, and it expects a key of results. Everything else is supplementary. And as you can see, or as you saw in our Excel document, we had the results, duplicates, and originals as separate sheets. So if we were to add another data frame here, then our report is going to show a fourth sheet, as well as that's going to be persisted to the database. Okay, so that is a basic overview of how the logger works. The overarching concept of the logger is that all I got to do is create a connection, and then as those steps are ran, the logger automatically does its job kind of in the background. In our next video, we're going to look at running two steps simultaneously to the mutate function, and it's going to produce two different logs, but each of those logs are going to have the same job ID. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.